Hey, I'm like, fan is a little. It's not giving Beyonce. It's not giving Beyonce. I need to point it down. It's just like I always keep a fan on the floor, and I keep a fan over here. So for like just in case I get hot. hmm Yeah, absolutely. Hello, everyone. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. So this whole consistent thing, very annoying. Very annoying. Hello, everyone. Medusa, hi. RAI, Amanda, Sherelle, Coco, Leo, Roll, Future Boy, JB, Two Thirds, Tasha Sherry, Boo, hi, Boo. Neff the Goddess, my baby, just anticipate. Look at y'all. Look at y'all. Hi, Faith. Hi, Boo. Um, Cheryl, so good. Good. Nah. Nah. You should have came over here and said something to me yesterday. Oh well. Nah. Cheryl, you got your nerve. You got your nerve trying to come over here and make this about you. Just anticipate. No. No, ain't no belated. We don't believe in belated. Don't do that. No. Hell no. Hell no. And then my girl. Correct. No. We don't belate enough. Sean, my birthday tomorrow. Riri, find you something to do tomorrow. Okay? Don't we ain't got no balloons, nothing. Birthday cards, no sponsor. Go over here. Y'all love coming up here trying to make my show about y'all. This is not about y'all. This is about me. This is about me. Oh, look at this anticipate. Do you want to get black? Just anticipate. Somebody time her out. And look at her. Talking early. She believe in earlies. She believe in belated. All of this. All that blasphemy. Look at D Nice. I'm about to leave. Chocolate Barbie, for real? Correct. Happy Juneteenth. Thank you, Micaiah. Happy Juneteenth. They come in here talk about their birthdays when we was free. Nah. Trey said Sean TP will hire you to act show. He like him straight. He like his fish squirming out of water. Us gays, we don't squirm. We just lay there. We just like. We don't squirm, God. That's what the straight boys do. The straight boys be squirming, God. They be squirming, God. Mm-mm. We don't squirm. We let them. Yes, we go like this. That's what we do. He don't like those. He like to work for it, girl. He like a chase girl. He bumping us. We ain't running. We took that thing up, Tyler, make it roll. So and I'm like, girl, he don't want us, girl. He want the willing. Mm-mm. Oh no, girl, he don't want no hoe. He don't want to slide, or he don't want to sweat. He doesn't want to slide. So yeah, he doesn't want to slide. Mm-hmm. Correct, correct. Yes, yeah. What? That's from what? From the lawsuit. That's what it's saying. I'm making nothing up. What? We read the whole thing yesterday. That's just what that word. That's just what that word. So I love y'all. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Thank you. Shout out to my boo Cammy. She got me a cup. My boo Cammy. I love her. I love her. I love her. So yeah, this me and my boo Cammy. Yeah, it's really me. My big ass head. Giving. So yeah, it's like, oh, I love y'all. Ooh, they sending me a coin. Oh, I earned that. I deserve. Yeah, shout out to my who talked for the sympathy. She says, love you, Sean. I love you too. She says, thanks for cheering me up. Oh, no, I hope nothing's going wrong with you. Life is supposed to be perfect, Tasha. But I love you. I hope I can make it better. Shout out to Katie. She says, Black People Day. Heck, shout out to Juneteenth. Now, it was all type of stuff going on here for Juneteenth barbecues and fiestas. The traffic was gross on the way back here. I was like, whoa, like what is going on? I was like, oh, Juneteenth. So then I was real nosy. Then I was real nosy. So then I had to go and see like what was going on. So it was some beautiful stuff going on, but it was also some ghetto stuff going on as well. So why it was these black girls and they was also pretty, not anymore, but they were also pretty, and they beat the shit out of each other. And I watched. I said, "Ooh, this about to be good." Because the one coming across the street, she ain't coming to play no games. I said, "Yes, I see me in her." So she about to whoop ass, and she did. Mm. I said, "See, I know it. I knew it was them. I knew it was them." And they beat each other down. They did. I was like, "Right, correct." I was like, "Baby, shut up." So, girl, I got real bad. Ambulance. Like that type of bad. Like it was bad. Handcuffed people was like, real. And nothing I like them. Correct. Then the police got them. Well, I didn't see nothing. Officer, I came outside and you guys were here. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. So I mean, I really don't know what went on, but a large group of people fighting. Okay, y'all know how we is. We as black people, we can go places. Okay. But sometimes you gotta beat a bitch down. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes an event will bring all of us out, and we just so happen to see the ops. We just so happen to see the people that's always popping ish on TikTok and Facebook and on. So sometimes we gotta handle that. That's just what that word. That's just what they were. So it's not that we ghetto. I know I'm not too ghetto. I know I'm not too ghetto because I understood. Now, I didn't want that to be going on, but sometimes you got to handle your business. Sometimes it be like that. Sometimes you got to show somebody better than you can tell them, because they want to do, you know. So sometimes it's cause for that. And why people just necessarily understand that, right? Because again, we kick it off anywhere. We kick it off anywhere in the middle of the grocery store, okay? In the school parking lot, like anywhere. We ain't never scared. So that's just what that word. Middle of a school conference, fight the teacher. So it just is that it's just what that word. Sometimes it be like that. Sometimes it be like that. So it was a big scuffle, but some people went to jail, some people didn't, some people went to the hospital, some people didn't. I didn't know any party involved. I had no idea what was going on. There was just a whole bunch of yelling and screaming, and then all of a sudden, I was like, ooh. So yeah, it went down. It definitely did. So shout out to Juneteenth. Shout out to Juneteenth. They kicked that off up here. I don't know how y'all Juneteenth is going, but it's lit up here. Okay. Yeah. But shout out to Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth to everybody. I love you all. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Y'all. Oh yes, I am zested. I'll tell your dad likes that. Go in the room and go and do like to see your dad. He gonna be like, oh, you in there watching Sean? Knows what it means. Girl, I'm a freak. You shouldn't say those things. Go in there and go to say that. Go do that to your dad. Sean, I think that's what he gonna say. SDW. That's what he gonna say. You shouldn't talk to your stepfather like that. You really shouldn't. I will overrule your mom. Guess who's coming to dinner? So yes, hair flips. So y'all, Tyler is gay as hell. Mm-hmm. We're gonna get into a little of that. Now, Tyler works for Oprah Winfrey Studios. They have a partnered deal, right? So he has certain shows that he do that they go over there. Oprah, we know you're basically a lesbian. You and Gail, y'all ain't fooling nobody, okay? Sisters. Y'all ain't fooling anybody. One leg up, get the Oprah got the strap. Oprah got the strap, girl. So that's just what that word. So Mopra, girl, we gonna need you to fire Tyler immediately. What? What? I don't think Tyler Perry should go to jail. I don't think like because I feel like that's a little far, but I do feel like he should be fired from the studio. He should be fired, and because Oprah said out of her, girl, let me show you. Let me show you, bro. Oprah, what you say? Oprah, what you say? Oprah Winfrey, a vocal advocate against harassment and a survivor herself. In summary, Oprah's approach to sexual harassment is characterized zero tolerance for injured behavior. She explicitly stated her comment to fostering a harassment-free environment. Okay, so Mopra, you have a zero tolerance. You also said you don't want to be around none of them a-holes. You also said you don't want none of them a-holes and none of the people that do anything like that. Okay, so you have a zero tolerance. So I'm gonna need you to fire Tyler. Another thing. Tyler Perry, all of a sudden, look, y'all, no, I am messy. You know, I am messy. You know, I am messy. I looked up Tyler Perry's HR policy, right? I looked up his HR policy, right? Now, Tyler Perry Studios, which is right here, Dreamers, who could apply to be a worker at his job. So, Oprah, you need to fire Tyler because Tyler even basically firing himself. Look, when you go to apply now for Dreamers, look what it say. This is Tyler Perry Studios. Applications are closed. The door is closed. Tyler, why I can't apply? Why we can't apply? Mm. But you said that this lawsuit is nothing. It's no big deal, right? Then why did you close down your applications for Dreamers, Tyler Perry Studios? I wanted to come work for you, ho. I want to come work for you, ho. I would, yeah. You can look at my bubble butt. You can take pictures of my bubble butt, bubble butt, bubble butt, bubble butt, bubble butt. Yeah, you can take pictures of me. You sure can. You can grab my buttock. You sure can. Mm. You give me a car and a place, all of that stuff, that's just fine. If I'm gonna be in the Oval too, that's just I'm in Straw too, that's just fine. I'm gonna be in Black in Beauty, chapter 17. Girl, yeah, I want to work there. I want to be a hoe. Where do I sign up? Where do I sign up? Tyler, open these damn applications back up, girl. Don't do that. Don't do that now that we know. Now that the gays is flocking over there because you said bottoms when you hit a certain spot, they go crazy. Hello? Hello? Now that all the bottoms knocking on your door is a prop. Hello? Tyler, hello? Now don't start being you could at least harass blacks too, girl. But now you want to harass the white man, the clear guy. Clear eyes. You want to you all over there with the white boy. All these white power bottoms. But you want that one, the guy that don't do nothing with his booty, but wipe it. You want that guy. You want a virgin? You a virgin? Are you a virgin? You want somebody that never knowed peen? You want a booty that ain't never knowed peen? Is what you want. Mm, that's what that word. Okay. Okay, Tyler. Tyler, why folk come is these applications over here closed at Dreamer Studio. That's weird. Because isn't that the same place you hire through? Tyler, I thought this was no big deal. Are you sure? Oprah, if Tyler canceling himself, you don't think you should too? Because you said, Oprah, that you have a zero tolerance for sexual harassment with your studios. You're partnered with TP Studios, TPS, Tyler Perry Studios, girl. Uh-huh. The shows like The Oval, that's through Oprah Winfrey. Now, that's through you. Oh, girl. So he was harassing this man on your dime and on your time. Mm, mm, mm. That's just what that were. I popped Tyler Perry years ago. Girl, you know why I keep a receipt? Look, girl, girl, we popped Tyler years ago. We popped Tyler years ago. Look, girl, girl, this was 4 years ago. 799K. 4 years ago. Yes. Yes. And look who on the screen. Joshua Soleil, the first man that filed, which is right here, the first man that filed a lawsuit on Tyler Perry and Tyler Perry Studios. And then Tyler Perry came forward with a lawsuit, with trying to file charges against him and put a restraining order on him because this man broke into, he said that he broke into the studio and whatnot after all of these false promises that Tyler had made him. But Tyler and the public and the media try to push him as crazy. If you type in Joshua Soleil's name, if you don't know his name, he don't even pop up. That's how much Tyler Perry and his team have done to bury Joshua's story. But y'all said he wasn't telling the truth. Then why bury the story? Just leave it be. Leave it alone. He lying, right? He lying, right? So we burying lies. No, they'll just dissipate on their own because they're not true. So they'll just go away. But they buried his story. If you type in Tyler Perry suit, only Derek is going to pop up. Joshua will pop up nowhere unless you know his name. If you know the name Joshua Soleil, it's not going to pop up. You type in Tyler Perry sued, he's not going to pop up nowhere at all. Like, it's just not happening. So that means he was scrubbed. You have to directly type in his name. He's not a popular name. He's not like a big actor or anything like that. So it's really easy for him to be forgotten, situation. But I never forgot Joshua. I felt that there was something about his story that was true. Because I'm like, he wouldn't do all that. It just doesn't make sense for somebody to be looked at as completely stable in their life and no one come forward and say, like, oh, yeah, they're known for erratic behavior. Nobody ever said anything like that about Joshua. They all said that he was a nice guy, kind of quiet, at times. But when he opened up, he could be funny, smart. They never said anything about, oh, yeah, I could see that happening. Like, yeah, he cuckoo, cuckoo. Like, nobody said that. But then he leaves her studios, and then all of a sudden, he's cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. When did this happen? He didn't have any diagnoses or anything like that prior to working for Tyler Perry Studios. So, again, I feel like Soleil was telling the truth. That's why I put him in that video. He's not lying. Now, it's his side, but even with it being his side does not mean that the majority of the things that he's saying is not true. It doesn't mean that. So I always stood for Joshua and to say, I do believe that this story is not fabricated. I wasn't there, so I can't corroborate what happened and what didn't happen. But listening to other people's story, like Derek's, and listening to allegedly Christian Keys stating what they stated, it falls in line with what Joshua, the first one to come out like on a public scale to sue Tyler Perry, and then Tyler Perry got a restraining order on him. But they get one on him after he had allegedly broken into the studio. Why not get one on him then? Why wait till the story pops and then all of a sudden you go get a lawsuit? A restraining order. So I did that. You could have got that the day, or at least filed for the same week of him coming to the studio, and he's not supposed to be there, but that never happened. So I'm like, well, that's weird too. Yeah. So let's get into that. Please hit the like, Please hit the like, please hit the like. So let's start with Joshua Soleil. Joshua, let me show y'all a picture. I'm gonna pull a picture up of him too so y'all can see um what he looks like. I'm gonna read his story first. The JasmineBrand.com reports that Joshua Soleil filed a $10 million lawsuit against Tyler Perry and Tyler Perry Studios and his supervisor, Brett Hendricks, in May. The suit, the site involves accusations that the entertainment mogul allowed sexual harassment by Hendricks while Soleil was employed as a production assistant with Tyler Perry Studios. The employee stated he started working at the studios in August 2014. And it was during this time Soleil claimed that Hendricks would inappropriately touch him and call him baby, tell him he missed him and offer him rooms in anticipation of sexual favors. As a result, Soleil labeled Hendricks' act as unwarranted and he resisted him. Now, this is the same thing. Now, this Brett works for Tyler Perry, and he's close to Tyler Perry. So, birds of a feather. Birds of a feather is what it's given. Brett's story is the same as his. Like, but Tyler was the one doing all of these things to him and making these sexual advances towards him instead of this Brett individual. But let's keep reading. Birds of a feather. After Soleil complained, wait, did I read that right? Oh no, okay. Soleil goes on to accuse Hendricks of sending him texts that pertained to a sexual nature and asking him to stay with him at his home. Same thing Tyler was doing to Derek. Same exact thing. Come stay at my house. All like they mirror, you know. So let's keep going. After he complained about the unwanted sexual advances, the suit stated that he ended up losing his seniority, being suspended from his employment, somehow arrested for no reason, and eventually fired. The retaliation against Soleil caused him to suffer mental anguish and loss of income, Soleil claims. News of Soleil's lawsuit comes amid a lawsuit Perry filed to the restraining order against Soleil after ex-employee allegedly stole the entertainment mogul by disabling the alarms and security equipment at the studio and climbing through the ceiling panels as he barricaded him Tyler Perry Studios office in October. And he did. He broke Tyler Perry Studios while nobody was there and waited for them, barricaded himself in pretty much and waited for them to come because he wanted to speak to Tyler. Like he demanded it. So he wasn't violent. He didn't try to hurt anybody or anything like that. He just wanted to talk to Tyler. That's pretty much what his demand was. I want to speak directly to Tyler is what he wanted to do. But the thing about it is for him to be able to disable the security alarms and all of that stuff, that means that he was told that information. He didn't just make up, he's not a hacker, or anything like that. No. Somebody told him how to get inside of the building. Why wouldn't someone that works close to Tyler Perry, Brett, know how to get in and out of the studio and disarm the alarms and whatnot there? Because he disarmed, the police did not show up there because the alarms went off. That's not why they came. They came because they were called once they got there and noticed that he barricaded himself in. So again, how did he even know all that? How do you know? Did anybody else know that information? How to, disarm the. So it's like, how do you even know this? With incident claims. Okay, right here. A police report on the incident claims from employees that Soleil refused to leave the studio without having a conversation with Perry. So that was literally his demand. I want to talk to Tyler directly. That was what his demand was. Nothing else. He wasn't asking for no money. He wasn't trying to hurt nobody. He just wanted to talk to Tyler after all of this stuff happened to him after he complained. He complained about the sexual advances and stuff this male was making towards him. And after he reported it, he found himself suspended, getting arrested, and then all of a sudden fired. So he wanted to talk to Tyler. You're the boss. You're the one that fired me. I want to talk to you. Why did this happen to me? Like, what is going on? Like, I didn't even make the report on you. But Tyler was supposed to be protecting his partner in crime, if you will, allegedly, because again, birds of a feather, they're doing the same things, just to different people. So Christian Keys, Derek, their energy is towards Tyler, not Tyler's associates. Tyler. So, and if it's mirroring it, then it's like within like drones, like they do it in groups. Like this is what they do. A bunch of gay men, they're pretty much trolling and harassing sexual men. That's what it's getting. Responding to Perry's lawsuit, Soleil's attorney denied his client had ever harassed the entertainer and claimed that Soleil was wrongfully accused and never trespassed or broke into the studios. In all, Soleil is demanding $10 million in damage. Perry responded to Soleil via lawsuit as he put him on blast, saying that Hendrix was never an employee of Tyler Perry Studios. Okay. Now, we're not getting into Hendrix and all of that. We're not doing all that. But I will say this. So, in the police report, it was listed that he disarmed the security alarms and all of that stuff. So, when I said earlier, like, how would he know that? If either somebody told him or it didn't happen. Mm-mm. Rumor has it that he went there while Tyler Perry Studios was open. And Tyler Perry and them stated that he was on trespass because he had gotten fired. So he allegedly walked into the studio, was open, and said that I think he locked himself in the bathroom and said that he wasn't coming out and spoke to Tyler. That's allegedly what happened. Because I'm like, well, how would he disarm the alarms and whatnot and nobody like what? How does he even know that information? How was the police not alerted that someone was breaking into the studio and that's why they got there? And don't they have security on the lot? You know, and whatnot too. I'm like, that don't make any sense at all. But from what I gather, what happened was Tyler and them said that to make him look like he was stalking, although he never saw Tyler out in public anywhere. So how are you saying somebody's stalking you just because they came up to the place that they used to work? That was weird. I'm like, well, I'm thinking that he followed him to an event, or he just so happened to be at a dinner and here he come walking past, or something like that. That can give like stalker vibes. But somebody coming to where they used to pick up their check, like now you can state that they're on trespass because once you are fired from somewhere, then technically you are trespassing. You are in most places and establishments, you're not allowed back on the premises after being fired. After that, boom, fired means trespassing. You have to leave. So that's what that is. So that's what they were stating. That's why it was put as him trespassing, and that they were putting a restraining order on him because they were trying to make it seem like he kept coming up there. He only came up there one time, and then after that situation happened, he never returned. But they want to make it seem like, oh, he broke in, he came in, and he disarmed all of the alarms and whatnot. He was in the bathroom waiting for Tyler. He's targeting him. He's what? What? I heard he went up to the studios. The true story from Joshua. He went up to the studio. The receptionist, because he had called to talk to Ty prior, and the receptionist kept saying that he was busy, but he was busy. So he came up there and he wanted to talk to Tyler. And the receptionist was like, oh, he busy, he busy. Come back another day, blah, blah, blah. Not you're trespassing, get out. No, that's not what was said. So he went in the bathroom and locked himself in there and said that he would leave the room when he was able to speak to Tyler. I just want to talk to Tyler. They called police. The police got there, and then all of a sudden it was, oh, he broke in. He had been here for hours, blah, 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 blah. He disabled the alarms and all this. Like, what? How he do all that? Can we see some cut up wires or something like that? At least, like, yeah, no damage was done to the security system. They didn't get a new security system after. Notice they got the same system, same security, lot security that drive around the studio, and that would flag for the same people. You would think they would have changed all of that after Joshua allegedly not only snuck into the studio, but snuck onto the lot because Tyler Perry, huge lot to where the Tyler Perry Studios is. So he snuck onto the lot, got bypassed security, and then bypassed multiple security alarm systems to get into the building without alerting police or the security company. And he stayed in there for hours until the business actually opened, and then Tyler and him arrived, and then, so it's like, why would he approach Tyler when he first walking in the building? If he was in the bathroom, all he had to do was wait till you see Tyler about to go in his office, then come out because got him. It's right there, boom. If he was in the bathroom and said that he wanted to speak to Tyler, then that means that he never like in front of him, like they never locked eyes or anything like that. Like he didn't see him yet. He was staying in there so he could see him. I'm like, that's weird. Like, why add stuff to it? Just that he came up there, he got fired, he was trespassing, and we want a restraining order on him just in case he tries to come back up because he's not allowed to be here. If there's any questions, he needs to call. No, they're putting 20 on 10. For what? What are we doing all that for? I believe he has truth to his story, and I do believe that Tyler was allegedly protecting his business associate, and now we know why. People like Derek, and people like Christian. So let's get into Christian. Now we heard what I'm not gonna fast forward this. Okay. Is this some talk? A career in Hollywood. Oh, shut up, Sean. Now. And the entertainer wanted to post in top powers that be. Okay, this declaration. Okay, shut up, Christian. So, yes, please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. Over 700 people in the building. Please hit the like, please hit the like. So, Christian, when Christian told his story, a lot of the things that Christian said mirror what Derek said. Mirror. 100. And I think the reason why that Derek was saying, Christian is talking about Tyler is based off of his experience. So this is why I believe 100% that Christian Keys was definitely talking about Tyler Perry. Like, I mean, there's no way around it. Now, I don't feel like Tyler Perry should go to jail. I don't. I don't think that. I do think that it's frowned upon, the energy that he had against these men. Nothing like that should be going on. So regardless of Tyler Perry being this huge producer, owning these studios, all of that, none of that matters. These men nor women should be subjected to this type of behavior. No, nobody, buddy. Now, we hear more so on the women's side, because one thing I can appreciate about women, like they, as scary as it can be, they still come forward and they say when something is going on. They'll say it way before a man will come forward and say that another man, is coming at them sexually or making them feel harassed. Like they're a lot of them will keep it in or try to avoid it, ignore it, change the subject. Like a lot of them are like that because a lot of these men don't have a problem with gay people, but at the same time, they don't want to be being approached by them. They don't want gay men like hitting on them, and stuff like that. But they don't want to come off as like homophobic, so they'll try to dial it down a little bit, but at the same time don't want that energy from you. Like it's just kind of just like move around with that. Like I'm good. That's not me. And so for Taylor to feel that it's okay to harass, because that is sexual harassment, quid pro quo. That is exactly that. There's no reason that any of this should be going on. None of these men should feel like they're not going to make it further in their career, because this man, Tyler Perry, holds a lot of people's dreams in their hands. So, and a lot of people will fall for the okie doke, but the majority of those people never get what they think they're going to get out of the situation. So a lot of men will fold. A lot of them will. And it shows with a lot of other shows that Tyler Perry has had on his network and on Oprah and on BET. How far are these men going? Because why will we not compare? If he doing it to you, then he got to be doing it to him. Like it's happening. It's multiple people that are coming forward. And when there's smoke, there's fire. And you have a lot of people that won't come forward, at all. And you have some that will. But nobody deserves to be harassed. If you are working a job and this is your dream job, because sometimes it ain't even your dream job and you'll get harassed. But this is your dream and you want this. You want this more than anything, right? And then someone like Tyler Perry, you're like, you really want to act. And someone like Tyler Perry is like, you know what? That's something for you. I definitely think you and I can, we can make some magic. Like you got the it factor. Hearing somebody like hearing something like that from somebody big as Tyler Perry, you're instantly just gonna be in like awe. And I'll do whatever it takes. I'll work hard. But you're not thinking sexually. You're not thinking that you're going to have to give your body to move forward. At that point, you're thinking that you're going to have to get your acting chops together, that you're going to have to work on your scenes, read those lines, like to the imprint back of your eyelids, and whatnot. Like, make sure your body looks good, make sure that you look good, your skin, everything for camera and camera quality. Like, that's the type of energy that you should be feeling. That's the type of pressure you should be feeling, having to compete against other people for roles that not, am I going to have sex with you? That's not, just shouldn't be on the list at all. So even as someone like me, whom likes Tyler Perry, those messages do not lie. They don't. And what Derek showed is disgusting. You are someone's boss. You having the, and then you can't help but to think about the others that worked for him. And then I'm kind of side-eyeing Christian Keys, because you got what you wanted. You got your pilot. You got your show. All the King's Men and all the Queen Men. You got what you want. So what did you have to do? What did you have to do? Why were you so silent so quickly? And why was the last season of All the Queen's Men greenlit after you? Before Christian Keys said this about this Hollywood billionaire, the next season of Queen's Men was not greenlit. No, it was not. There was nothing saying that the season was coming, nothing. That they were in production, none of that was happening. But then after this, after Christian Keys comes forward and states that it was greenlit. And he never said to this day who he was talking about. He never said that. Mm-mm. So whether he's profiting off of it or not, I don't know. Only Christian knows, because only he know what happened to him. He states inferences throughout those lives of harassment. Not that anything ever fully went down, but more so of there was a lot of approaches, a lot of attempts, but none successful is what the energy Christian was given. But that's kind of hard for me to believe if you keep getting what you wanted. You keep getting what you wanted. So what did you have to do? And any other actor that gets a main character type of role, in a Tyler Perry film, what are y'all having to do for it? And again, this isn't to make Tyler a monster or anything like that. No, that's what I said. I think he should be arrested, because I don't know. I think being like fired or something like that from something, or stepping down from something, will be more due than him. Maybe he shouldn't be a part of like casting, and stuff like that. I still think he should be able to do his thing. But I don't think he should be a part of like casting or anything like that. Maybe hire, casting directors and let them deal with the people unless you're on set. Let them deal with the actors unless you're on set. And so, yeah, I'm just really confused by that, of why Tyler Perry feels like that's okay. None of those messages were okay. Him talking about SCX especially was not okay. Asking him about his sexual preferences, contacting him late at night, requesting for the man to come to his home, to spend the night at his home. All of that is inappropriate. There's just no reason for it. No reason. None. I don't understand. I don't get that. Because I really didn't think that Tyler was like that. I really didn't. I thought that because I always felt that he was into men. But I feel like if he was into men, that it wouldn't be in this way. It would be more so than them consenting to, because that's not consent. A person feels afraid that saying no to you, that they're losing something, that's not consent. That's not consent at all. That's fear. That is the person that is afraid of you. And he stated that he froze up. I can understand him freezing up, because I think most men's natural reaction would be to knock you the fuck out if they're not in that. to be to knock you clear off your feet. But how do you knock your boss clear off their feet? And not just your boss, the person that is holding your dream in the palm of their hand. You're holding your dream in the palm of their hand. So it's a little harder to make the right decision. Like him going back, he went over and back to Tyler over and over and over and over. So you would think like, okay, well, why would you keep coming back? It's just like being in like a DV relationship. To me, it's kind of just like that, to where you're going back knowing that there's going to be some type of abuse here. If you're being triggered just at the thought of being alone with this individual, if you have to go to someone's home and try to find ways of being alone or to isolate yourself so that you don't have to be around that individual, that's traumatic. That is very so much traumatic. hmm That reliving a trauma, because that person had to have done something traumatic to you if you feel a need to put type of guard up to where you don't even want to see them, you don't want to be near them, but you have to. You do. You have to. It sounds easy to just say leave, to just say go, but it's just not that simple. It's just not that simple. In his case, his career and the love of his career that he doesn't want to leave behind. And then DV, it's a lot of times they are in love with that individual. Not as easy as just walking away from somebody that you are wholeheartedly in love with. That's not a decision. You're going to have to get there in your own time, but at the same time, that's not easy to do. It's really not. So letting go of your dream, it's a hard thing to do. And that's the situation that Tyler put him in. Put Derek in the situation to where I'm choosing my dream, my job, which he should have never been put in that predicament. Tyler wouldn't want to be put in a predicament like that. So why do you feel like it's okay to put other people in? And Tyler Perry should essentially be ashamed of his himself because he was SA'd as a child. So he knows what it feels like for someone to do something to you that you are not requesting, that you don't understand, and that you don't want anything to do with. You know what that's like firsthand. He was on Oprah's show and he cried talking about what happened to him when he was younger, about someone violating. So for you to have half those things happen to you and you still become someone that is creating victims, because these people are, that would be for me to be doing exactly what I'm supposed to do, but I'm being penalized because I don't want to give a person my body. Tyler, that is wild. That is wild. It is. Now, if Derek wants to file charges or try to see if there's a way of filing charges against Tyler for, grabbing his body parts and, stuff like that, it is what it is. But again, think that Tyler should be like lock him up, throw away the key, cancel him. Like, no, I don't. I think a lot of people get beside themselves, with certain power that they are given. They abuse it, and they don't know how to reel it back in. I think Tyler just needs to be reeled back in. Like, look, what you're doing, extremely inappropriate. No one, nobody buddy. Just don't ever need to happen again. So I mean, it's hard to say like what type of punishment I think he deserves. It's hard to say because that's a lot. That is definitely a lot. But let's listen to. Ooh, why did I do that? Get into Christian Keys.
Yeah, the second one he did me, but I'm not sure, based on this person's claims and brags, and he's literally got, at the same time, this person was sexually harassing me for years. He was claiming, that he had multiple young black men on the payroll, just had to show up when he requested them
So when Christian was sending this video that Tyler Perry, because I do feel like he's talking about Tyler Perry, that Tyler had multiple black men on his payroll and they would just shut up when he wanted them to. That's what Derek was explaining. Derek was explaining that Tyler was stating that he just wants someone that he can call upon request, but he would rather them like be in a relationship, be tied to someone else because he didn't have time for the emotional aspects of a relationship or anything like that, which is completely false. And with all that money, I'm gonna just say it. Well, all of that money, Tyler, you still ugly. Hmm. Hmm. You got too much money to not have the exact specimen of the human being that you want next to you. You still got money. Go after people out of your league. You ugly. You're Hollywood ugly. Like you're not like, you know. And I'm not saying like he's like Uggs, like Netta Uggs. No, I think Tyler Perry is a handsome man. Like I think so. But I think that when it comes to like the looks department in Hollywood to their standard, he's ugly. He is. And gays are critical. When I tell you the gays don't play, gays are critical. So I think to Hollywood standard, Tyler Perry's not attractive. He's not. He isn't. Now, just in a hanging out with us in Decatur, Georgia, very handsome guy. I don't think Tyler Perry's like ugly. Like, no, I don't think that at all. But in the industry that he's in, for him to try to approach him like Derek, no. Mm-mm. For him to try to approach men that look like Christian, no. Mm-mm. No. These would be men that are out of your league. That they are. Meaning that even if they were gay, they still wouldn't be choosing you. Correct. Correct. That's all. Hmm. That's it. So yeah, I definitely think Tyler Perry is a handsome guy. Like I just like looking at him. No, he's not ugly. No, I don't feel that way at all. But when he in Hollywood standard and like in superficial land, no, he's not attractive. He's not. Mm-mm. Like Prince. Prince was just beautiful, right? So Prince had the type of look. So Prince can pull a damn near body. He was beautiful. That was a beautiful man. Most men aren't beautiful, but Prince was. To me, he was a pretty guy. He could get women, men, like everybody was going. Like that's just how I feel about Prince. Prince was a beautiful specimen. He really was. Like looking at his old pictures and like videos stuff like that, I was like, he really was a handsome guy. Like he was very attractive, and whatnot. So I think his beauty matched anywhere. So he could go anywhere, and have no issue pulling whoever he see. Prince is in everybody's league. He is the league. you know, he is the league. Like if Beyonce was a lesbian, she is the league. If Rihanna was a lesbian, she is the league. They get men, women, whoever they want, pretty much. Like, because they're attractive on every realm. So it really don't matter like where you take them, they look great. Like they choose it. You know. So, but when it comes to Tyler Perry, Tyler don't give that. See what I'm saying? When you think about people in Hollywood, actors and stuff like that in Hollywood that y'all are smashed or that, oh, he did it, or are you letting him in type of situation, Tyler Perry's not coming up. Mm-mm. Hell, people even still say Zell Washington is, I'm not going to say as old as he is, but I mean, he is an older male. And women are still super attracted to him. So, well, everyone, men and women. But when it comes to Tyler, Tyler don't get that. He don't get the Idris Morris. He don't get that. It's not like you had a dream board of men to sleep with. He's on it, but it would be if you thought about like money because he got more money than all of them combined. All of the people I named, combined, except for the women because Rihanna and Beyonce doing their thing. But yeah, he got more money than all the men combined So that will put him higher up on the totem pole when it came to the coin. But when it came to looks, in Hollywood, he's not that girl. Okay. And I'm gonna need for y'all in the chat saying that, because again, I'm not calling Tyler ugly. I'm saying in Hollywood he ugly. Because none of y'all want to sleep with him. Because y'all be having y'all know, he ain't ugly, Sean. You wouldn't sleep with him. Don't do that. Don't act like all of a sudden Tyler could get it. Do not play in my face. Do not act like all of a sudden Madea can get it. Y'all know y'all been signing him ever since he came on stage in that dress and that damn wig. So cut it out. Cut it out. Now all of a sudden y'all will sleep with him. No, y'all wouldn't. Cut it out. I can't. Ooh, y'all be irking me. Y'all be irking me. Okay. If Aaron Pierre and Tyler Perry is standing there and you get to sleep with one of them, who y'all taking home? Are y'all taking Tyler Perry home? Or are you taking Aaron Pierre home? Are you taking home Mufasa? Who you going home with? Tyler or Pierre or Perry? Pierre or Perry? Who you going home with? Girl, please. Right. Right. Ooh, not neither. Not Michael B. Jordan. That too. Michael B. Jordan or Tyler. Who you going home with? You going home with Michael B. or you going home with Tyler P? Which one you going home with? So I'm just saying. So in the looks department, Tyler's not pinned. He's not. Even back in like Eddie Murphy day, he was always talked about Eddie's looks and thought that he was attractive. Jamie Foxx, and so many other. Tyler's just not one of those people, and that's no shade. That's fact. They have a list of Hollywood sexiest men, and other Tyler ain't never been on it. Girl, he ain't never made the cut. He ain't never made the cut. I mean, he's all talking acting like Christian Keys done made the cut before him. It's like, yeah, I ain't never seen him on that list. Not even when he was working out. Not even then. Mm-mm. No, ma'am. So y'all cut all that out. Y'all cut all that out right now. So yeah, that was cute though. That was cute. I'm stopping to y'all need to stop acting like y'all been calling him gay since the Medea class reunion play. Since the first one. Now all of a sudden, no.
And
Please hit the like over 700 people in the building. Please hit the like 384 likes. Thanks to everybody who's double tapped that screen thus far. I really appreciate it. Please like.
clearly, that's why it felt to him that it was okay to say these things. And I want to have these discussions. I want to be transparent with y'all about that. I've done my best to forgive him, but it happens. It happens.
Christian said he done his best to forgive this person. Is it because you're still working with Tyler? Is that what that were? Because people were stating that too when Chris first came forward and said this, Christian Keys, that, oh, he's not talking about Tyler because they're still working together. Yeah, that's true. That's true, but look at Derek. Derek had the same things to say, and he was still working with Tyler as well.
Not just women that have to deal with it, but it's also men sometimes. And it'll be men tempting men. And that's why a lot of my posts over the last few years about taking the scenic route, taking the long way around, because if that means that you can carry your duty with you, then, and it's another level. Thank you.
What I believe Christian.
No, side note, shut the fuck up, Sean. I have been praying, Lord.
See, but I love you. Conversation with God. So thank you, Father. I appreciate you. We love you. Thank you, Jesus Christ. That's interesting. But there are people that will and have and will continue to, unfortunately,
You can't.
offer these things.
Derek said he'd do anything for an Oscar.
Some of
Derek did not say that. Don't do that. Don't do that. A little piece. A little piece. He said he'll only do he said he'll only do it in the what if he knew that it was gonna get him an Oscar. He was just joking. What it's him whispering. Hold on, let me turn this on. It's him whispering. Or I could play a louder one. He the one whispering. Speak up, don't get quiet now. Don't get quiet now. Hold on, all right, there's another one. I'll play that one instead. Christina. Tyler Perry. Layla Lynn. Because it's better. I mean, fast forward it a little bit.
He was claiming, that he had
Is this better?
multiple young black men on the payroll, and they just had to show up when he requested to be there. And clearly, that's why it felt to him that it was okay to say these things. And I want to have these discussions. I want to be transparent with y'all about that. I've my best to forgive this person, but it happens. It happens. It's not just women that have to deal with it, but it's also men sometimes. And it'll be men tempting men. And that's why a lot of my posts.
Christian, was you giving him paying you? Because I don't think that he paid Christian. Okay. Well, maybe. And not like paid him like a check. I think it was probably similar to Derek. Derek stated that he had got a raise during the Oval season 2. And that he was not supposed to speak of the raise because he was the only one getting one. Mm, mm. He was the only one getting a raise. So he was supposed to talk about the raise. So with all the kings or all the queen's men, it happened here too. Is that what happened here too, Tyler? That Christian got a raise that didn't nobody else know about, but you and him and the team, I guess. Because I highly because that's giving away too much if he was written out a check from like Tyler Perry Studios and there's no reason to give him one. Because all the Queen's Men was a decent show, but the book was kind of trash. Okay, so I read a few pages of. Okay, so because Christian wrote all the Queen's Men, all right, and Tyler Perry bought the book and gave Christian a role inside of the show as well. So that show derives from Christian's book, and it wasn't called All the Queen's Men. It was called something else. The book was called something else, but the show is based off of the book. Okay. So Tyler Perry bought the book from Christian and then made the show. And then Christian was featured in the show. And the show was supposed to do 3 to 4 seasons or something like that. And it was rumored that the next season wasn't going to come out. So then this is when, because there was no listing of production or that they were going back into production, that the crew and cast were being called back. None of that was going on. So even Eva said that they didn't get a callback or anything like that yet. As far as they were concerned, it was pretty much like a wrap, like that was the last season. So Christian said bush. Christian said bullsh. Tyler, this was it.
Over the last few years, it's been about taking the scenic route, taking the long way around, because if that means that you can carry your integrity with you, then, and it's 11/11. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for another opportunity to connect with you. Please forgive my sin and my shortcomings, my bad decisions and my mistakes. Please continue to guide and protect us as only you can. Everybody that's watching, it's not a
The Lord don't hit his blackmail. Come on.
offer these things.
Christian, the Lord not hit his blackmail. The Lord is not about to bless you through this blackmail. That's not what the Lord is about to do. That's just not what that word. It's not what that word.
And some of them are your heroes.
Y'all can't hear this?
Some of them are people who we are like, oh yeah, such and such is amazing, and he does this and he does that. Yeah, but he also does this and that.
What is this and that? Christian? I know Tyler wanted to slap you when he seen this video.
At some point, it's gonna have to come out.
Oh, y'all can't hear? Hold on, I got y'all.
One of these.
I got y'all. Hold on. Hold on, I got y'all. I got y'all. Since y'all swear y'all can't hear. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Since y'all can't hear, because y'all starting to get on my damn nerves. It's what y'all starting to do. Make me do all this goddamn work and all of this. Now, here go his fine ass. And hold on. Nah, I want to hear no oh, we hear buzzing, all of that. Oh, goddamn well. And this him talking low. Tell him to lie louder.
Because most predators would.
Tell him to lie louder. Now, can y'all hear this?
And
once the sexual harassment started, I was like, well, I got to protect me, because I'm saying, and I don't want this person, as powerful as they are, to...
Yes, he is, Lamy girl. Woo.
try to get in the work.
Mad than a mother.
So I started recording. So I have them offering money to take my clothes off.
Yes, lie louder.
I have recordings when I wasn't working with them or for them.
I have recordings of them confessing that, the other guys
that they have on the payroll, all of the above.
Ooh.
And the difference is,
The wonderful thing about confidentiality agreements and non-disclosure agreements is that
they can't prevent you from turning all of those things over to the police, because sexual harassment
is a crime.
Yes, he whispering like Tyler is in the next room. I don't know. I said when he first came out with it, I said, why is he whispering? Speak up now. Like us to go attack people and let us know exactly who's supposed to be attacking. Speak loud enough so when they try to combat us, we got a reason. That's just what that word.
sexual assault is a felony.
Please hit like, please hit the like, please hit the like.
And
I'ma just let him talk because he's talking so long. He getting on my nerves. This is
why
era.
we as black people have to deal with that, but sometimes it's our own.
Sometimes it's our own heroes.
Ooh.
Sometimes it's the very
Now Christian Medea ain't nobody hero.
And we look up like, oh, doing so much, they're doing so much. No.
People lie quiet too, though. Because I tell the truth loud as hell. I don't know nothing about whispering the truth. But yelling a lie.
And my only reservation of naming the people, you know, there was directors along the way, like, hey, you know, you ready for this, that, and the other. You want to come back up to the apartment? I'm like, nah, I'm good. You got my headshot resume, and I'm good. You know if I can handle that or not. You know I can kill that, but I don't need to come up to your apartment. We all like the audition.
Ooh.
There's other people that
It gives Tyler Perry because again, Derek said that he kept inviting him back to his homes and in different states, not just in one state, in multiple states.
I want to say everything, and my brother was like, nah, not yet.
Say it, nigga.
I want to tell it on the mountain, over the hills. I want to speak on it. And the good news is that they don't even have to believe me. Hopefully they would, but even if they don't, they can hear this person. Since sexual harassment started, I've carried many order devices on me, keychains, pens, thumb drives with a charged battery that get 6, 7, 8 hours, all the above. So I have the conversations. I really want to air that shit out because it bothers me when I'm alone at night. Like, the world is celebrating this person and they don't even know the shady and predatory way in which this person moves and the way that, you know, predators resent the prey that gets away. So don't say yes. When you don't say, okay, I'll acquiesce and, you know, sign up and literally play ball. But we're not doing that. They resent you.
What?
This is a conversation we're going to have, and we're going to have some, because it bothers me in my spirit that I can forgive. That's one thing. But yeah, we don't play ball. That's my brother in there. And he knows the real deal.
I don't get how he don't play ball.
I'm good. Somebody said, you don't look okay. I'm okay.
How do you not play ball, though, if you never say who did what they exactly did and whatnot? I mean, you give clues, you beat around the bush, very vague, but I don't know.
I'm literally strategically planning my next 8 moves. I'm good. God got me because he was watching when I was offered these opportunities and I didn't say yes. I didn't sell my soul or my ass. Excuse my French, y'all. I know some of y'all, hopefully y'all have no kids.
He said he didn't sell his soul or his arse. He said he didn't sell either. So what I think, what I'm going to say, what I think as of now is that Christian Keys was just harassed by Tyler and has proof of it. And with him having this proof is why Tyler had to do certain things. So I think this was him basically poking Tyler and letting Tyler know, like, look, I don't have to call and threaten you and say, if you don't do dot dot dot, I'm gonna do dot dot dot. I'm gonna just do it. Let me show you that I will out you. I will let the world know what you did. I have recordings. I have this. I have that. You are not going to end this deal. And I think the difference between Derek and Christian is that Christian may have audio, and that's way more damning than text messages. So, and he has conversations of Tyler Perry's team and allegedly people on his team that's down with the get down that allow this type of behavior and they partake in the behavior themselves. Just like Joshua Soleil. When Joshua Soleil sued, hold on. When Joshua Soleil sued Tyler Perry Okay, he stated that it was the Hendricks man, Brett Hendricks, that was doing all of these things to him, and Tyler Perry allowed it. So it's no Christian saying, I have a list of those people that not only sit around and allow these things to happen, but do them themselves. Meaning Tyler. You don't just allow these people on your team, because he said that Tyler readily has black men ready to go. So all Tyler has to do is make one call. He got an array of black men that he could choose from and do whatever he wants to. And I'm assuming that those men are other fellow actors and maybe some missions, but overall, I think that they're Tyler Perry hopefuls. People that, because a lot of people in power target people like by when they go to auditions, only hiring people that they find attractive or hiring people that they will be sleeping with. Those things are illegal. You do not get to hire somebody because you want to act with them. That is not why you hire someone. You hire them due to their talent. If y'all have a relationship and it blossoms to where y'all do something intimate and start having SDX and stuff like that, that's fine. There's nothing illegal about that, and you get to drop them like a time if you want to, because it's a consensual thing. But when you are making them feel that if they don't do certain things with you sexually, then their career is like up in smoke, or just as quick as you can put them on the top, having them be a main character on a show, you can KILL them off and whatnot if you're not listening to that is crazy work. And I do feel like Tyler was doing that. I do feel like he was doing that. So I think it was Christian. I don't think Christian was actually like R-worded or anything like that by Tyler Perry. But I do think that there were a lot of sexual advances that were probably made to him. And he got to act right to where he started to recording and, doing certain things. And I do think it's smart to do that. I think some people think that you shouldn't. I think you should. You should get as much proof as you can. The more power the person has, the more proof you should get if you are ever planning on going forward with it. I don't think that that's conniving. I don't think it's being sneaky. None of these things should be happening to you at all. So what is the problem if you decide to start documenting and recording what is happening to you? What is wrong with that? Because again, these people are holding people's dreams, their livelihood, their career is in these person's hands. So it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. Like for real, for real.
Sell nothing for success. Like, nah, that's not what I want. I ain't into that. I ain't into dudes. I got an only beard in bed policy. Mine is the only beard in the bed. We ain't doing none of that. I don't get out like that. And these people, for years, sexual harassment is a crime.
People. Make sure y'all hear that. He says people, not person. People. Again, Joshua Soleil came forward and said that Brett Hendricks. Let me show y'all that right there. Brett Hendricks. Correct. Brett Hendricks. Supervisor. Tyler Perry Studios. Brett Hendricks. Okay? Okay? Multiple people. He keeps saying them. Not this one guy. Not you. Him. Them.
And where I'm at now is that in the middle of the night, I think about if I'm brave enough to name the person. I'll take a polygraph live. I'll take 5 polygraphs live. And I'll pass all of them because it's the truth.
Please hit the like. I'm sorry his voice so low. We'll remix this tomorrow when we go live again in the morning. I'll make sure it's really loud.
I want to, and I know, P, I know you're on here. I want to say everything now. And I have proof. It's not like I'm just making false accusations. I intentionally let the statute of limitations expire. It's not about money. I'm going to take I'm gonna have to take the receipts, the recordings down to the police department and let them hear this individual. I wasn't working for him. In the month and the year that he showed up to my apartment and offered me $100 to take my clothes off. He said, I don't even need to touch you.
He said that this individual came and offered him $100,000 to take his clothes off. If you notice in Derek, hi Tiffus, I love you. If you notice in Derek's lawsuit, Derek stated Tyler kept wanting him to disrobe, that he wanted him to take his clothes off and stand on the scale. He wanted him to take his clothes off to another situation. Oh yeah, he said he slept in the buff, pretty much like in underwear. So when Tyler Perry asked him to spend the night for the first time, he didn't have any pajamas or anything with him. So he slept in his underwear, and then that's when Tyler just came and just in the bed with him. Christian states the same thing. Christian states that he said this man just gets in the bed with you, you know, and whatnot. So it's mirroring. It's the same story, damn near.
Declined. Because again, cynical, I got my integrity with me. I'll take the long way around. But being that I wasn't working with him and we were in my apartment, he had visited my apartment to offer me a job this fall.
Offer him a job, just like Derek. He offered Derek a job.
Derek was going to do something else, so he needed another lead. I recorded it because I didn't trust him, and I had told him over, and he still always tried shit. Just tried shit. So people don't believe me. They can hear him in his voice. I have always kept something on me. Always. Even if my phone is off. Something else is, if I'm around somebody that has tried to sexually harass me, pressure me, intimidate me into some nonsense, I've always kept something on me. So I can protect myself, because if they're that powerful and they feel that entitled, they can also try to get in the way of it. I want to speak on it. I also want to keep making great things and creating jobs and opportunities. But, oh no, I got backups for the backups for the backups for the backups. I've watched way too many Jason Bourne movies not to have 15 backups. I can press play and you can hear the person and you'll know immediately who the person is that's offering me $100,000 strip. You'll know right away, and it'll break your heart. I won't have to say the person's name, but I can and I will. I don't mind doing a polygraph of 3 or 5 on live TV, and I'll pass all of them because it's truth. This industry is something else. It's wonderful, and we get to chase our dreams, and we get to live other lives. I get to be a judge or an FBI agent. I get to be a girl dad. And some of the people that you think are your mentor are literally and figuratively just trying to fuck you. Whoa. I have
Please hit the like.
From the dealership for the car that they tried to buy as an apology for.
The car they tried to buy for an apology. I don't want to stop at every second, but I do want to compare some of the things that he's talking about to Derek. Derek said Tyler bought him a car because he didn't like his. Literally. Everybody's restreaming him. Derek just sued, and his lawsuit is literally literally, I love saying the word literally, picking out what Christian said about the same individual. So that is why everybody's replaying Christian keys. Duh. Like,
Bring me 100 grand to strip. It's time. I really want to just clear the air, cause I'm tired. And then where I'm at now, if it still feels like that person is fucking with you just to fuck with you, just to mess with you. The industry can be wonderful. I'm grateful. Be clear that this person shows me how not to be. When I'm a boss, people get daps in church homes. The attractive women that work on even on my shows, my productions, they get daps in church homes. That's it. Because this person showed me how not to be when I'm in charge, and when I built something, and when I created something. I hear you, Brittany. I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna dial it back. You get on my nerves because you're right, but it's in my fucking bone marrow, and I'm tired.
absolutely, Derek did state in his lawsuit that Christian Keys coming forward did really help him, in more ways than one. Gave him strength to forward and say something. Although Christian did not name Tyler Perry, the instances that Christian kept naming were eerie to his story. Meaning, I same stuff. Like a lot of the stuff you talking about, I went through these things too. He said that to me. He bought me this. He put me up in a place. He did these same things. So again, Christian speaking of him climbing in the bed with you. He was in the bed basically just in his underwear, about to go to sleep, and all of a sudden this man climbing in the bed with him. It's the same thing Derek said happened to him the first night Tyler Perry asked him to stay the night at his home. That he not woke up, but from being in bed alone to feeling someone climb into the bed. Not only that, caress his body, touching him, bringing him close to, he, it's like the same thing.
Gallivanting around doing these PR stunts. Oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna do that. Well, then speak on if you gonna have.
No, the people in power, the black people in power, need to worry about helping black people and making sure that we're upholding our businesses in the highest light to where we can't get shut down for doing stupid shit like this. If you are gay, be gay. Because a lot of people want to make the issue of Tyler doing this to men and focusing on the gay aspect of it versus to that this is just wrong. And this happens in a lot of workplaces to where it's a hostile environment and people are requesting things from you that you should never have to give in the first place. That is what we are focusing on. We're not over here saying cancel Tyler. We're not over here saying don't support Tyler. We're not over here saying that Tyler Perry should go to jail. We're not saying any of that stuff. We're saying that things should change. A person should that is as talented as people like Christian and others should not have to worry about things like this. And women deal with it on a day-to-day basis. They're just more open about it. A lot of men take these things to their graves. A lot of them fall into doing drugs and becoming alcoholics and so many other things due to people ripping their dream away from them, canceling them and blacklisting them from Hollywood because they said no, all because they wouldn't give up their body. Tyler, if you're gay, be gay. There's no reason to keep bringing these straight men around you and trying to force them to do things with their body because you find them attractive. You find a thrill in the chase of chasing someone that you can ruin their life by making them make decisions that they don't want to make. He was trying to make Derek go against his own fucking religion. His own religion. He was trying to convince Derek via text message. We saw it. This man, the Tyler, that's supposed to be so holy, that's supposed to love the Lord, make sends inspirational messages. This is what messes up Christian faith in the first place. To where a lot of Christians are given a bad name and whatnot and looked at a certain way based off of people like them because monsters want to hide underneath the church. They want to hide behind the church. When what does church have anything to do with this? What does God have to do with this? What does Christianity have to do with this besides someone trying to use it as a marketing tool? It convinces you to love the Lord and that I love the Lord, but will tell someone that you can separate sin from your religion. It's all just a mental block. You can sin and still love the Lord. It is okay, completely okay, completely, to sin on purpose, and God gonna be all right with it. He gonna be all right with you coming in here and busting down. He'll be all right with it. Don't worry about it. You gotta learn how to separate that. Literally what he said to Derek. Hi, Dee. I love you. Thank you so much for being here, Dee. I love you. I love you, Dee. So it's like, yeah, it's like, what are you talking about? Like, this is what this is about. A lot of messages that should be being discussed aren't. Nobody deserves this. I do not have the right to start a streaming platform or start a panel or something like that over here. And the only way that the men inside of the panel will go higher in the panel or get more time on the panel or talk more, they sleep with me. These are straight men that love women, want to procreate, marry, get married, all that. Women, they love women. But no, throw out everything you know, your type, all of that, to excel. To excel. Give me your dignity, your pride, give me your manhood, give me all of those things, and I'll give you more time on the panel. When if they're talented, they should just get that flat out. Just because they got the talent to do it. Not me pulling people on the panel because I want to sleep with them. Instead of pulling real talented people up that could be like make the panel a great success. Instead of just a bunch of people on here that I'm trying to smash. And if they don't smash, then they gotta go. Then I'm gonna replace them by somebody else. Why if they're doing a good job? Why? I deal with Tasha K. Shout out to Tasha K. Love Tasha K. Shout out to the Unwind team and everybody over there. Shout out to check out all of those people. Why should I get booted off of the panel? Because I say no. If Tasha said it, she won't sleep with me. Okay, well you gotta go, Sean. We gotta bring somebody else in since you don't wanna, It's like, what? This is what these people are going through. That's not cool. So we got to stop overlooking it and try to make this a black thing. This don't have anything to do with race. Y'all making it about race for a cop-out when Tyler can learn from this. Instead of being narcissistic and feeling like my lawyer's going to take care of this and I'm going to continue this behavior because that's what can get him locked up. That's what can get him locked up. Instead of us saying like, hey, Tyler, we hear what's going on. You should probably stop that. While you ahead, you should probably stop before you ruin everything, destroy your entire brand over men that don't want you. What a waste. What a waste to build $1 billion industry to lose it because you're trying to destroy straight men's faith and what they know to be what they're attracted to. Because that could change all of that. Even doing it for the money or doing it to excel. A lot of men are not the same after. A lot of women aren't either. They're not the same after that. They're not the same person they were prior to giving up something that they never felt that they should have had to. It's an innocence that you can't get back. You can't get it back. It changes you. It does. So to say that Christian and Eric and Joshua and other men haven't been extremely affected by this is an understatement. They have, I'm sure. When it's your dream. But why dangle it over my head and the only way I'm going to get it is if, what? You're a billionaire. You can have who you want to have. But instead of going for because I like me. Correct. And Tyler should do the same thing. Like what like you. Stop feeling like power means I get whatever I want. Whoever I want. It don't mean that. It doesn't. Go after the desired, meaning the people that will desire you in return. You're going to have undesirables, like the ones that don't want you at all. At all. But those are the ones that just want your power to do so. Buying them things. Giving them roles. That is what you're doing it for. Literally. So cut it. If this is what you're doing, and it sounds like you are, stop it. It's not right. It isn't. No woman or man deserves to go through anything like that. I have a talent, but because they've been doing it in Hollywood for so long. So you would think somebody like Tyler Perry, who people really like Tyler Perry. He's really liked. He's a likable person, from what it seems, judging from the outside, because I don't know him personally. But from the outside, he seems to be a great guy. He does. Why wouldn't that over desire? Because that's all you desire these men, but they don't want you. They don't. And this has been happening for so long, but you push an image to where you're someone that would never do that. A God-fearing man, somebody that just wants to help, paying actors and actresses their due. You got black actors and actresses that have been doing this since the 70s, 80s, 90s, but that when they finally got a check that they deserved, it came from you. It came from you. So that is your image. You've incorporated yourself in very important things. Bobby Christina, you had her on your show, acting, to keep her mind off her mom. You were at her mother's funeral. You spoke at when you done inserted yourself in history, Tyler. You have inducted yourself in Black history, powerful moments in Black history. You have placed yourself in. We are all rooting for you. Gay, straight, or indifferent. Who cares? The sexuality does not matter. What matters is the harassment. That's what matters. Nobody should go through it, no matter what race. That doesn't. No human being should have to go through what these men are stating that they went through. You made this image for yourself. Uphold it. Instead of making the Black community, because of course we're going to speak on these topics, speak on these things, make us seem as if we are attacking you, are jealous of you, or want to see you fail, or want to see you come. No, we don't want any of those things at all. It's just the news, and certain things do need to be discussed because it affects people on multiple realms. People of all races, nationalities, sizes, skinny, in the middle, thick, thin, done been through things like this. So it's easy to relate to. But we didn't think that we would have to relate to it due to you. That's what makes it unfortunate, because we were rooting for you. I was just talking about the movie Straw and all that, so we're supporting it. We're supporting it, so we're not hating, because Straw would be nothing if it wasn't for us. You know, the community of people, whether on social media, blog, all of that stuff, pushing it, pubbing it, all of that. So clearly we want to see you win. Clearly. Your movies wouldn't be number one and stuff like that, Black community, because we don't predominantly people watching it. So if we truly wanted you to fail, then why are you a billionaire? Black people got you in front of the white people to write you those checks. Correct. We were the ones in the audience, in the crowds and whatnot when you first started off doing plays. And that was us. That was us buying those DVDs. That was us. We did that. So it's annoying the people that we keep talent in and championing keep abusing the power we help them get. We help y'all get power so y'all can make things better for us, like easier for us, so then we can do the same thing. We can follow suit Tyler Perry becoming a billionaire producer and whatnot. This is great. Now he's giving a lot of black actors and actresses a chance and whatnot. Who knows what they're going to become in the future? You're helping them be able to help our people as we go on and so forth. So, like, why keep putting us in that predicament to where, once again, they're going another black going down? Why are we responsible for that? Why are we judged and ridiculed if we discuss what the people we've championed? Because I have championed Tyler. I've supported the majority of everything he's done. Huge media thing. So yeah, I'm one of those people. So yeah, I have every right to be disappointed in Tyler because I thought highly of him. I thought higher of him. You know, I was like, yeah, you hear all these allegations and people going through this and that, but you don't hear nothing about Tyler. You know? So it's good that we get to say things like that. Now we can't. Why would we be happy about that? We only got a few black billionaires. We ain't got it's only a few of y'all. It's only a few. And then it seems as if every time y'all hit that status, all y'all skeletons coming out the closet. All of a sudden. Because we're not going to make this, because if we're going to make this a race thing, then let's pay attention to what's obvious. The only reason this lawsuit is so big is because Derek is white. I'll say it. Yeah, I said it. The only reason this lawsuit is so big and worldwide is because Derek is white. When Joshua Soleil sued, he was silent so quickly. He was silent so quick. He not white. Not at all. Christian was silenced. He ain't said nothing since. Not a word. Mum's the word. He ain't nothing. So he been silenced too. But then this man, Derek, comes forward and then it's everywhere. It's like wildfire. I feel like if a black man, unless it was Christian, because Christian did make a pretty big spectacle. If a black man came forward and sued, I think this story would be as big. I think that it would be swept. I do. I would be silenced. It would gain a little bit of traction and then just disappear. Same thing with Joshua. Gained a little bit of traction, disappeared. They made him look psycho immediately. But Derek is completely sane. Besides having PTSD from Tyler, he's completely sane. But Joshua Soleil disarming the secured $30,000-$40,000 of security cameras and all of that. He hiding with weapons and stuff in the bathroom and all that. He doing all crazy work. Derek is just this innocent, pure lamb. Poor Derek. No, it's still poor Derek. But he's not the only one. No one's story is bigger than the other. Mm-mm. No one's story is bigger than the other. It don't matter if more happened. None of that. No, a victim is a victim. That's it. It's that simple. Story. And that's just where we'll wrap up that part. But again, that is very annoying. When people come in like, ooh, black people this, black people that. Talk to the black people that's ruining our image. Talk to them. Because we just talking about it. We're not over here, oh yeah, cancel Tyler Perry. He needs to go to prison. We're not over here doing none of that. We're not over here saying none of that. I've said from jump, I don't feel like he should go to jail. Like, I mean, I still feel like what he was doing was inappropriate. And it has everything to do with being at work because these were employees. So work-wise, I think that there needs to be repercussions. I do. But when it comes to like jail, I don't know about that. Unless Derek feels the need that he wants to file charges against him for, sexual assault. That, hey, I can knock him for that. And the same thing with Christian. If anything happened to Christian and Christian wants to try to file charges too, it's still possible. Then, I mean, it is what it is. But Christian said himself, he let the sexual limitation go up on it deliberately. That's why I said that I think that Tyler has been doing this from the play days, from when he first started doing the plays. Because Christian said the statute of limitations up. Well, in most states, the statute of limitations is 10 years. So, it's usually 5 to 10 years. So, if it's up, I think it was happening there because he was around during the plays. He was in Medea Goes to Jail. I think he was in like another play or two before he started, because he started doing movies with Tyler not too soon after that. So yeah, like I said, I'm like, I think this been happening. If this is true, I don't think it just started. Like this been quite some time. If you ask me, but again, unless somebody says that they were, R worded, I don't think that. I don't think that he should go to jail. Uh,
Really, really soon. Really soon. And I thank God.
Please hit the like.
Because I
Please
know he
hit the
sat
like.
back and watched. Like, what are you gonna do?
I gotta get some of the joy.
Like, are you going to acquiesce and take this movie that's gonna make 60, 70, $80 million? Are you gonna take this picture and go to that late night audition, that late night table read? No, you ain't built me like that. I'm been beat, shot at, stomped out more than most of the people that are here on this live put together. P, I'm gonna call you in a minute. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna air it out, but I'm so fucking close because I'm tired. I'm tired. And it needs to be told. And the bad part is I'm gonna be painted as the villain when I was the one that was sexually harassed for years. Years. Bullied, intimidated, and sexually harassed for years. And I'm gonna be painted as the villain because y'all have deified this person. And then if a person tells you over and over, first of all, in general, you have no right to touch anybody. None. None. Now, that's why I'm careful. Like when I do my shows and everything, church hugs, I put the veils on and I kiss people on the hair up here. Nothing sexual, nothing weird, nothing crazy. And I'm trusting, the fans will receive that out of a place of love and connection. But you are not allowed to touch somebody without their permission. Not allowed to try to touch them in a sexual or private place without their permission. And if already declared, like, hey, bruh, I get that that's your thing, but I like black women and Hennessy. And so miss me with the bullshit, because I'm never going to be open to that. I'm never going to swing at that pitch. Like I'm batting for this team over here. God made ovaries and fallopian tubes and vagina, labia majora, labia minora. Uterus is just wonderful over here. So I'm gonna stay over here, like chill. And then this person tries to grab you, physically grab you.
Tyler.
Cassie speaking out has given me, has reminded me about not just me, because it was brutal going through, because it lasted for years. But
I would say he don't sound convincing at all. You think he lying, Ari?
her speaking out, people need to know.
Ooh, now he did.
The funny thing is, predators like that, they resent the prey that got away. They resent the prey that got away. The prey that didn't fall. The prey that didn't acquiesce and
Miss T, I think he's talking slow because he's trying his hardest not to say Tyler's name. I think he's focusing really hard on trying not to say his name. So the slower you talk, the more control you have. Because once you start to get into something like if somebody makes you mad, if they're going to talk about something that's upsetting or something like that, then I think it's easy, for their name to pop out. So I think that the reason his speech is slowed is so that he don't get too many characteristics that it makes it like a dead giveaway that he's talking about Tyler. Please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. But that is why I think he's talking like this, because he's really trying not to say his name.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take this L and sacrifice my morals for this opportunity. Nah. That was around the time that I was considering going back to Michigan. 08, 09. Because work was slow and the work that was coming was
Oh, wait, 09, those was the play days. So those was around the Medea goes to jail, Medea class reunion, all that stuff. Meet the Browns, all that stuff.
The side of penis. And yeah, they don't do nothing for me. I'm bad for you. So, yeah, at some point soon, I've spoken with my attorney trying to figure out how to deal with it. It's never been about money. I literally...
Please hit the like, please hit the like.
Statute of limitations passed. It's not about money or being able to sue. But at some point, really soon, the police report is going to be filed, and I'll turn over the recordings of the inappropriate behaviors and the interview offers, and I'll turn over the paperwork for the car that was bought as an apology for offering me $100,000 to take my clothes off. Y'all can hear him. His voice is very distinctive, and I wanna empty. I'm tired of carrying this shit. The reason now why I fight more than ever when somebody wrongs me, I almost too aggressively speak up, is because I wasn't brave enough to then, and I regret being able to be strong enough, and I resent that part.
I agree, Sherry. I do, Tasha, Sherry. I do believe that Christian is doing this for a payout. That's why I said I've always been, when it comes to the situation, with Christian, because I do not even still to this day agree with how he did this. I don't agree with how he did it. I think that he should have, if you're going to come forward with this type of information, be forthcoming. There are a lot of victims in the industry that have been in Hollywood that have went through these same very so much things. And then when you call somebody, because Christian keeps calling him a predator, right? So if you're calling somebody a predator, then that means that they prey. And that doesn't usually mean one person. More than one. Groups. Multiple is what they go after. So if it's happened to you, it's a high probability that it's happened to other people. So if you're going to come forward and speak on something like this, I think that if you're not ready to be completely honest and put the finger on the person that did this so that justice can be served, what's the point? And what I mean by that, Christian not stating whom he's about saves who? So if he's doing it to you, and at this moment he's not doing it to you, don't you think he's doing it to somebody else? So what's the point of coming forward and not helping the predator be brought to justice when you know it's happening to other people? Why say anything at all? So you get the profit off of this situation while the people that may be going through this still have to go through it. But it's cool because you get what you want out of it. I don't feel that it's okay to put a dollar sign on trauma. Okay? Now, if you are suing someone due to what they did to you, that means you're putting a name on it. And whatever comes out of that lawsuit, whether charges come out of it, RICO, whatever, it is what it is. Right? But to come forward and subliminally threaten and blackmail, because this is public blackmail. Regardless of what happens to him, because the victim is the victim. But you do not get to weaponize what happened to you. You don't get to weaponize your trauma and turn it into dollars. You don't get to do that. Now, you can sue your predator or abuser for what they did to you. That's fine. I don't have any quarrel with that. I don't have anything bad to say about that. No, you cannot pay for what you did to a person or giving them trauma, but you can make their life a little bit easier. Yeah, if they're already struggling with what you did to them, so it's hard at times for them to work and whatnot, it's day by day, sometimes hour by hour, minute by minute. If you can make their life even a little bit easier, you damn skippy. Make it easier. Even if it's whatever. Make it easier. Because again, people deal with all types of stuff after sexual abuse. All traumas, social awkwardness, anxiety, all type of stuff they deal with after that, which makes it hard in a workplace. Makes it hard. It doesn't make it easy going to work when you obsess about something that happened to you, when you have had no closure with it. So, again, I don't think that Christian's approach was the best approach. I don't. Again, I'm not knocking him because, again, a victim is a victim. But I don't think it's cool to come forward and blackmail your predator instead of bringing them to justice. I don't think that that's cool. And this is what it gives to me. It gives Christian blackmailing someone that was doing illegal things to him. And instead of taking it to the proper channels, which would be the police and others, he decides to try to profit off of it. So I would champion Derek. You know, I don't care what race he is. I would champion him because to do what he's doing. It's not easy to do because the first thing people are going to do is not believe him. And honestly, him being white does not help in the black community. It does not. It doesn't. We, a lot of times, will excuse black people from doing anything if they did it to a white person. You know, a lot of times, you know, the black community really don't shun each other for doing something to say clear. We usually don't do that. We usually applaud it. But when they are accusing us of something, like if a white girl is accusing a black man of something, you best believe black people gonna be down your throat. Right about it. Okay? But still at the same time, if it's something horrendous that happened to a white person or something that is just wrong, then no, you not something I've seen, you won't get black support. You won't. And you do something to a little girl or something, no. No, nobody about to be like, oh, well, if she wasn't in our neighborhood, if she wasn't over there, well, what was she doing over there anyway? You know, like, yeah, they're not going to say anything like that. That's not happening. You know, some things just don't deserve a defense at all. It's like, but sometimes think when you're innocent until proven otherwise, then yeah, you just may get the support of black people. It's like this situation right here with Tyler Perry. Since Derek is white, a lot of people are going to defend Tyler just because he's black. Just because they're going to feel, oh, they're trying to take another black man down. Here they go again. Here we go again, literally. So a lot of things will be excused, you know, when it's to that situation. Same thing with the Christian Keys incident. Tyler wasn't really like pinpointed. Did everyone think that it was Tyler? Yes. There was a lot of people going around thinking it was him. But there was no proof, and he didn't say a name. Christian. He never said a name. But the natural assumption, Tyler Perry. That's where everybody's mind ran to. But if he's not saying it, then we got to give Tyler the benefit of the doubt. We have to. Whether we want to, whether we like, I know for a fact he's talking about Tyler. He didn't say that. So since he didn't say Tyler, we kind of got to fall back, you know, until Christian says otherwise. Because you know how we are. We're ready to pounce. We're ready to go after whatever critter, you know, was out there doing whatever they're doing. So we don't waste no time taking care of stuff like that. So it was a hard decision when it comes to stuff like this with Tyler Perry. When I was like, whose side choose? Is the victim lying, or is it's hard. You kind of just gotta. But the receipts are receipting. I do have to say that when it comes to this situation, the receipts are present. They are. So I'm not just excuse Tyler. I'm not. From what I've seen, Tyler needs to have a sexual harassment meeting immediately. Immediately.
Wasn't strong enough to speak up about it.
It's taking everything in me not to air out everything and put all the recordings online, put all the paperwork and PDFs online. There's no reason that this person's company would be on the bill of sale for a vehicle unless it's right after the timestamp recording of him offering me $100,000 to take my clothes off. He said, I don't have to touch you. I just
Can't talk. Oh.
What the fuck? What? Like, you know, I'm not that. I don't fuck around like that. I don't do that. What the fuck? What? Leave. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Get out. I thought you were my brother and my friend.
Y'all saying he looked tired. No, that's beige. See, this happened to beige. See, Blake don't creak. Blake don't creak. That's that beige. Shout out to you beiges. But this is your future. This is your future. Because he done probably had 10 hours of sleep before he did this live. Welcome to being beige. Y'all is welcome. Red bones, y'all is welcome.
This definitely has nothing to do with my brother who's in here. Be clear. I thought this person was a brother type figure, a mentor type figure. But for you to continuously hold these opportunities, you know good and damn well all it ever was you pretending to be
Island, you know your cousin Christian got plenty of rest before he did this video. You know he got plenty of rest, Island. Island Browning, you know your cousin Christian Browning got plenty of rest, girl. Y'all know how y'all beige is, girl.
trying to get some ass. That'll never happen. I don't bat for that team. Yeah, but
He said trying to get some
I
arse.
get off here and talk to my brother because I'm so fucking close to just airing everything out. I'm just dumping everything online in the morning. I'm tired, man. I'm not forgiving myself.
You look tired.
I didn't do anything wrong. I'm brave enough back then because somebody said forgive yourself. KG, it's heavy on my heart, man, and I'm tired. And we around here deifying people that go out and do, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna pay off this, and I'm gonna pay off that, and I'm gonna pay off that. But at the same time, these same people are predators. I'm not blaming myself for saying no. I'm not blaming myself for almost quitting acting. I'm just mad at me for not being brave enough to say something sooner. That's the only thing that I regret. I wish I'd have been brave enough. I'm him now. I know who I am. I know who God built me to be. And I'm not afraid of the consequences. My concern is that a lot of y'all are going to be like, man. And your immediate reaction is like, oh, well, we got to protect our deity. We got to protect.
And he's honestly not lying because we are going into jumping in to protect Tyler immediately. And sometimes a person doesn't need protection, they need a talking to. So if Tyler is doing this, because again, this is all alleged, Tyler is doing this, he should stop before it gets worse or he goes too far or he does something to somebody that he can't take back if that hasn't already happened. So again, none of these things should be happening. Are you giving black people a chance or are you isolating the ones that you want to have sex with? Like what are you doing here? Like what is happening? Please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit like 623 likes. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate y'all. Y'all are so lit. Please keep tapping that like though.
It's gonna have to happen. I'm interested to see which peers are mad at me because it may interfere with their work. But yeah, you get a grown-ass man that knows that you're heterosexual.
And he says that which peers are going to be upset and that is going to affect their work. So that gives the tea right there that other actors have been through this. Because that means it's going to put a pause in their plans too. So since he's not the only one that Tyler has been trying to get, with him coming forward saying certain things, it may pause a lot of things that other people have known because now Tyler may be in fear that they may say something too. So again, like it's like reading in between the lines of what he's saying.
And you're sleeping off Hennessy in his guest room.
You sleeping off Hennessy in his
Because
guest room. Derek named multiple times that every time Tyler would ask him to come and spend the night, that drinks were always on the table. And Tyler would even blame the alcohol on the reasons to why he was groping and grabbing Derek's body and his body parts and making Derek feel as if it was his fault by saying, we shouldn't have drank that much, or we shouldn't be drinking like that around each other. And trying to, kind of place the blame on him, like, maybe if you weren't doing this or you weren't doing that, if you weren't in the room when I was drinking, I wouldn't have touched you. It's like, yeah, no. Y'all think Tyler is really gay? Absolutely. Like Medea gay. Yes. I thought Tyler Perry was gay from the moment he opened his mouth. The moment he opened his mouth. It's a difference between catering to black women and pandering. I think Tyler panders to black women because he's always wanted one. I do. When other black men, trying to literally speak for black women, writing plays like Diary of a Mad Black Woman. When have you ever been a black woman? When? You should have called the play Diary of a Mad Man and had it centered around the husband of the show. Because I was very confused by that. I'm like, how can you write a play called Diary of a Man? You're not a woman. It doesn't matter if you've experienced men and watched them go through trials and tribulations. It's not your walk life. That's the issue now, but you keep trying to approach heterosexual men. That gives that you want to be a heterosexual woman. To approach a man that you know only wants a woman approaching him in that manner, but you still feel like you can, lets us know that you want to be a girl. So yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think Tyler Perry gay to get a can function.
is it safe? Because I know I'm bad, so I don't, after a big party, say what type, don't say where. I'm asleep. I'm gone because I'm
Right, forcing this stuff on gay men. It's like you could go be with their gay men. Like, why do you keep approaching hetero men? You're approaching hetero men because in your psyche, you think that that is okay. And the only other person in the world that would think that it is okay to sexually approach a heterosexual man is a woman. Is a woman. So in your psyche, Tyler, that's why you dress up as Medea. You dress up as Medea. That is a way of you to convey how you feel on the inside, which is woman-esque. That is what you aspire to be. I mean, look at Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner was almost 60 before transgender role came into fruition. So yeah, I mean Tyler different. No different. He's the one who said that he had to retire Medea. I have to retire Medea. Da 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 da. He put that dress right back on because it's him. He made so much money that he never has to play Medea again in life. He's moved so far away from the Medea character. He's that people aren't even requesting Medea how they used to. He's moved on beyond that. The movies and all that. It's beyond that. Way past that at this point. No one Medea could be gone and it's fine. It's fine. We don't mind watching the old stuff. We don't mind watching the old plays because the plays then compared to the new ones anyway. The new plays weren't nearly as funny as the old ones. Nearly. One didn't even come close. Didn't even come close. The old ones are retro. Those are classics. They are legendary. The ones he did after like 2015, they kind of just watered down. Like they just not. It's not the same authenticity that it was before. So yeah, like he's the one who said that he had to retire Medea though. Like nobody told him to. He said he was going to do it. And he jumped right back in that dress. Did the homecoming dressed up like Beyonce. All it's like, what is all of this for? Besides the fact that you enjoy being looked at as a woman, but you like it while acting wise. You don't want to be approached that way in the real world because you want to be explained upon view instead of most like trans people have to explain themselves, who they are, why they dress, how they dress, how they talk, stuff like that. So androgynous as well. But with Tyler doesn't want to be acknowledged as gay. Tyler can't be acknowledged as gay due to adopting the church. So people wonder why Tyler Perry does not want to come out as a gay male, although we all know he is. It's because he has adopted the church's rhetoric. He has adopted making people think that he is fully of God, basically like a preacher without a church, a traveling preacher, if you will, and always indoctrinating Christianity through all of his content, the majority of his content, adding God, 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 God. So it's just not a good look to have the church inside of your pocket, but you are a gay male. Again, in the black community, we are still very behind on the accepting gay people. In other communities, white Latin communities, Asian communities, it is 10 times more accepted than it would ever be in the black community. So churches and stuff still look down, upon people that are homosexual. So for the bag, it's more important to be addressed as a heterosexual male that had a family with a son, and all of that, versus to just being this gay man running around writing Christianity plays, and whatnot. So due to the bag, it's a high probability that Tyler Perry will probably never come out of the closet.
And the short Hennessy even. And this dude tries to climb into bed with you. So you spaz out, push him out, like, what the fuck? Get ready to leave. He apologizes. Blame it on the alcohol.
Blame it on the alcohol. Same thing Derek said. Same thing. Same thing. And not only that, he has proof. It's via text message. So he's not just saying it. It's not like Derek went and listened to what Christian had to say and then wrote it all down in a lawsuit. He has proof. Proof. Tyler Perry insinuates drank too much. Then I'm like, you can see it. It's all there. It's all there. Okay. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for almost 700 likes throughout this live. We've been here a little bit over 2 hours. We will be live again in the morning, and I will pull a lawsuit and show y'all the comparisons and show you the messages of the proof that he has of the same allegations that Christian has. So they are talking about the same person. They have to be. Talking about the same person. And I understand now why Derek Christian in the lawsuit, because listening back to Christian and what he was saying is like, whoa, this is like one and the same, like the same story. So I love you guys. I will be back in the morning with better audio. Don't worry about it, I'll fix that. I love you guys. So I'll see y'all in the morning. Thank you for all the super stickers and the super chats and liking the video. Y'all have a great night. Happy Juneteenth again. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Until then, bye.